Don't open the door. I was 14 when it happened. My mum had just left for her night shift. She worked late a lot, and I was used to being home alone. She'd always say the same thing before leaving. Lock the doors, don't open it for anyone, and call me if something feels off. That night didn't feel off at first. I locked the front door, checked the back door twice, and even made sure the windows were shut. I remember feeling kind of proud of myself, like I was being responsible. I grabbed some snacks, turned on the TV, and tried to ignore how quiet the house felt once she left. It was around 9:30 p.m. when I heard the first noise. A soft tap, tap, tap. At first, I thought it was coming from the TV, or maybe just the house settling. But then I muted everything. Silence. And then again, tap, tap, tap. This time I knew where it was coming from. The back door. I froze. We had a glass panel on the top half of that door, but it was covered by blinds. I couldn't see outside, but someone could be right there, just inches away. I told myself it was probably just a branch or something hitting the door. It had been windy earlier. I stood up slowly, trying not to make noise, and took a few steps toward the hallway that led to the kitchen. The tapping stopped. That somehow made it worse. I stood there, just listening, my heart beating so loud I felt like whoever was outside could hear it too. Then, the doorknob moved. Not violently, not like someone trying to break in, just slowly turning, like they were checking if it was unlocked. I backed up immediately, trying not to panic. My brain was racing. Did I lock it? I locked it, right? I remembered locking it. I was sure I did. The knob stopped moving. A few seconds passed. Then I heard something else. A voice. Low, calm, almost friendly. Hey, can you open the door? I think I have the wrong house. I didn't respond. Everything in my body was telling me not to. The voice came again, slightly louder this time. Hello? I just need to use your phone real quick. My hands were shaking. I wanted to call my mom, but my phone was in the living room, and the back door was between me and it. I stayed silent. Another pause. Then the voice changed. It dropped whatever fake friendliness it had. I know you're in there. My stomach dropped. I didn't realize I'd made a sound. Maybe my footsteps. Maybe my breathing. I don't know. Then I heard footsteps, moving along the back of the house, slowly, from the kitchen to the side window, to the living room window, following the outside wall, following me. I ran. I grabbed my phone and locked myself in my bedroom, slamming the door and pushing my dresser in front of it as quietly as I could. My hands were barely working as I tried to dial my mom. It rang once, twice. Then, a loud bang echoed through the house. I flinched so hard I dropped my phone. Another bang. This time I knew exactly what it was. The back door. They weren't checking anymore. They were trying to get in. I scrambled to grab my phone and called 911 instead. My voice barely worked when they answered. I think someone's trying to break into my house. While I was on the phone, I heard glass shatter. They got in. The dispatcher told me to stay quiet, stay on the line, and not come out no matter what. So I stayed, in the dark, barely breathing, listening. I could hear footsteps inside now, heavy, slow, moving through the kitchen, then the living room, drawers opening, things being knocked over. Then, silence again. I thought maybe they left. I hoped they left. And then, a single creak, right outside my bedroom door. My heart felt like it stopped. The doorknob rattled. Once, twice, then slowly turned, until it hit the lock. Whoever it was didn't say anything this time. They just stood there. I could hear them breathing through the door, waiting. I pressed my hand over my mouth to stop myself from making any sound. The dispatcher was still whispering to me through the phone, telling me help was on the way, but it felt like forever. Then, suddenly, sirens. Loud. Close. The breathing stopped. Footsteps rushed away from the door. Then running. A crash. And silence. A few minutes later, there was a knock. "Police, open up." I didn't move at first. I couldn't. They had to tell me multiple times before I finally pushed the dresser away and unlocked the door. When I walked out, the house was a mess. The back door was broken, glass everywhere. One of the officers told me they think the person ran out the front when they heard the sirens. They never caught them. To this day, I still think about one thing. When the officer asked if I heard the person say anything, I told him no. But that wasn't true, because right before the sirens started, right before they ran, I heard them whisper through the door, soft, almost amused. "I almost got you." She was right behind me. I was 15, and my little sister, Emma, was 9. Our parents had gone out for the night, some work thing they couldn't get out of. It wasn't unusual for me to watch her. Honestly, it usually felt easy. We'd order food, watch movies, and she'd fall asleep halfway through. That's exactly how the night started. We were in the living room, lights off except for the TV. Some random movie was playing, and Emma was curled up next to me under a blanket. "Are you scared?" she asked. "No," I said, even though I always felt a little weird at night when the house got quiet. She leaned into me more. "What if someone breaks in?" I laughed a little. "They won't." She didn't laugh. "I heard something earlier," she said. That made me pause. "Like what?" "Like someone walking outside my window." I looked toward the hallway that led to her room. "You probably just heard the wind or something." She shook her head. "It didn't sound like wind." I didn't know what to say to that, so I just turned the volume up on the TV and told her to stop freaking herself out. Eventually, she fell asleep. I stayed up. Around 11:40, I muted the TV to grab my phone charger. That's when I heard it. A noise. From outside. Not loud. Just something shifting. Like gravel crunching. I slowly stood up and looked toward the front window. Nothing. I told myself Emma got into my head. Then, a shadow moved past the side of the house. Fast. I stepped back immediately, my heart racing. Okay, I whispered to myself. Probably just someone walking by. But nobody walks that close to our house. Not that late. I walked over to the front door and checked the lock. Locked. Deadbolt too. Then I checked the back door. Locked. I even checked the windows, one by one. Everything was secure. I started to calm down. Then I heard something that made my stomach drop. A faint click from inside the house. I froze. It came from the hallway, near the bedrooms. I turned slowly. The hallway was dark. "Emma?" I called softly. No response. I took a step toward it, then another. "Emma, are you awake?" Still nothing. I reached her door and pushed it open slightly. Her room was empty. The bed covers were thrown back, like she had just gotten up. "Emma?" I said louder now. No answer. My chest tightened. Then I heard something behind me. A whisper. From the living room. "Hey!" I spun around. No one was there. But I knew what I heard. I ran back into the living room. "Emma?" Nothing. Then, a loud thud from upstairs. We didn't even go upstairs at night. Nobody did. I stared at the ceiling, my entire body locked up. Another thud. Then dragging, like something heavy being pulled. I grabbed my phone and started dialing 911, but my hands were shaking so bad I kept hitting the wrong numbers. Then everything went quiet. Completely silent. Until a scream. Emma's scream. From upstairs. High-pitched. Terrified. and then it cut off instantly, like someone covered her mouth. I don't remember deciding to move. I just ran, up the stairs, taking them two at a time, my heart pounding so hard I felt like I was going to pass out. Emma! I reached the top and looked down the hallway. Her door was open. The closet door inside her room was wide open too. The window was open, curtains blowing. I rushed inside. Emma? Nothing. No sign of her. Just the cold air coming through the window. And then a voice. Right behind me. Calm. Close. She was quiet once I got her. I turned so fast I almost fell. There was a man standing in the doorway. I didn't hear him come up the stairs. I didn't hear him move. He was just there, smiling. I backed up slowly, my mind going blank. Where is she? I said, my voice barely working. He tilted his head slightly. Outside. I ran. I don't know how I got past him. I don't know why he didn't grab me. I just ran down the stairs, out the front door, screaming for help. Neighbors came out. Police showed up minutes later. They searched everywhere. The house, the yard, the street, the woods behind our house. They never found her. No fingerprints, no clear entry point, nothing. It's been years now. They still haven't found Emma. But sometimes, when I'm alone at night, I still hear her voice, soft, right behind me. Why didn't you come sooner? Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment. If you have your own true scary story or experience you went through, send it to the email in the description below for a chance to be featured in a future video.